You know, Mike, I always say a tough kid, and a lot of these guys are in their mid to late 20s, but when you call Aaron Burrup a kid, he's a kid. He's like 19, isn't he?
Well, he's a kid, and he's actually going on an LDS mission here in just about a couple months. He's a good kid. He's a high school wrestling champion. Really good kid, actually.
He's going to be taking on a guy that probably has more experience. Josh Buck, he's one of the favorites in this division.
Well, Josh Buck is also a high school state wrestling champion out of Box Elder, and he also did a little bit of collegiate wrestling, and he's a submission fighter out of Rich Layton Dog and Fighting Alliance.
Buck is 5'5", 140, 26 years old, 130 pounds and 5'6" for Aaron Burrup. There you see it, though, just 19 in both of these wrestlers. So right off the bat, I guess we would expect that they'll both want to get right down to the mat and get to work.
I'm thinking so. You know, it's really exciting about this. I think it's kind of neat. You got somebody from the far north end of the state, and then we got Utah County as well. We're drawing fighters from all over the place.
Looking for the toughest fighters in Utah. That's what the Ultimate Combat Experience is all about. Let's see what happens here.
Wow, that Burp lands a nice little right hand.
So, another one. Here we are talking about wrestling, and they come out boxing. So, hey, what do we know, right?
Hey, you know, I've wrestled with this Burp kid. He's a strong kid. He's extremely wiry and deceivingly strong.
Well, look at Josh is doing everything he can to get him down. He can't. He made it all the way across the ring in a situation where most guys would go down, and finally he's on his can, but he's still not on his back.
This Burp's a fighter. He's not going to give you anything real easily.
Couple of kidney punches there. Are the kidney punches allowed in no holds barred?
Yeah, kidney punches are okay.
All right, so, you know, we're worried about the back, but not the kidneys. That's why we call it no holds barred, right?
Yeah. You know, this sport is still evolving. It's just a young sport. It's only been around less than 10 years, and, you know, we're getting there. It's becoming more mainstream as we go.
Well, it sure is a lot of fun to watch when you get a couple of guys that know what they're doing, and that's what's happening right here. And again, yeah, well, I was going to say Josh had somewhat of an advantage, but he was still within the guard of Burrup. So,
Josh trying to throw a leg lock in there, and Burrup doing a fine job of defending it. Something real exciting for me. You see Todd Hester in the background there. He's the editor of Grappling Magazine, which is we're excited to have him at the show.
Absolutely. And nice to get the recognition that Ultimate Combat is on the map here in Utah for that kind of attention as well. Look at this.
Buck taking the full mount there, and he's in a very superior position.
He's all wound up, ready to throw, just waiting for the opportunity, and Burrup doing a good job of protecting his head. Finally gets rolled over on his back.
Surprising me, Josh isn't able to put a chokehold on here. Burrup's giving him his back, and he's trying to pepper him with those shots we talked a minute ago about, just to open him up for that chokehold. It looks like he's trying to sneak it in here.
Making his way to the edge of the mat now, and so Lonnie is going to step in, as he very seldom does, but will get us reset out in the middle of the mat. An advantage one way or the other given by the right. He can't get out.
Burrup's not sure there's a break here.
Yeah, Lonnie doesn't want to fight. You're taking on Josh Buck, buddy. Okay, here we go. Burrup breathing pretty hard here. Oh, man, and he takes a left right to the nose, but
I really liked what I saw there out of Josh Buck. Threw the jab, made him blink, and then take a nice deep double leg. He just didn't finish it. Boy, that Burrup's got good hips.
I was going to say, every one of these situations we've had since the beginning of the match, it looked like Josh was going to take him right down to the ground, and Burrup just doesn't land on his back very often. He's like a cat.
Yeah, he is. You know, it's funny, though. All those kids out of Alta High School, I think is where Burrup wrestled, they've got a really good wrestling program there, and you can see how this can translate into the no-holds-barred fighting.
Josh's corner giving him some instructions almost too late there, and Burrup finally steps in but finds himself back on the bottom.
He initiated this shot, though. I'd like to see it that he was actually going in and trying to take Josh Buck down. Got caught underneath, though, and you need to continue, either get back out or continue with the takedown.
There's the end of the first round. I was a little surprised, and maybe it's not in Josh's training so much to put a chokehold on Burrup, because it looked like he could have right there.
Actually, Josh is a submission fighter, and, you know, Rich Layton, those guys know how to submit, guys. Interesting, maybe he's just a little bit taken back by Burrup's strength and the way he's really, really wiry.
Well, for a minute there, it looked like he was taking some abuse in his own corner. I think they were trying to get him, keep his head loose or show him how to do something while he was down in the...
He's got some of the guys, Burrup's an independent fighter. He's got some of the guys from the Machado Jiu-Jitsu over there helping him out, which is, I'm sure, going to help him quite a bit.
That's a lot of fun, too, when we get together for the Ultimate Combat, just to see the camaraderie and really almost like a brotherhood of these guys that train together every day of the week and then finally get a chance to show their stuff.
Well, it's really fun to watch in the dressing room how people from different gyms, how they form affiliations affiliation, become friends. And again, these guys are not even from the same gym. They're over there working his corner and trying to give him a little bit of heads up on what to do in the round.
Got him cleaned up a little bit so he doesn't look so bad coming out for the second round. There was some blood there in the first round. He took a couple of pretty good shots there from Josh Buck.
You may remember Burr, though, when he's fought in the past, he just goes, man. He just doesn't let up at all. He's kind of like the ever-ready bunny we talked about.
Here we go with round number 2. Oh, ow! Hard to tell from the camera angle whether he made good contact, but from the head reaction, it looked like Burrup did get a shot in on Josh Buck.
He got a nice shot at him, and then, Burrup trying to put a chokehold on him.
There's a chokehold.
Buck doing a nice job of getting out to the side, though. That'll stop that chokehold.
Takes the leverage away, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and keeps him. He's staying out of his guard here.
You see him using his left hand to keep Burrup from getting that leverage again. So yeah, this is one of those technical points. If you pay close attention to see how it actually works, and man, Josh Buck's in a tough spot, especially if he rolls himself backwards.
If Burrup didn't have that arm, the right arm of Josh Buck encircled, he'd have a choke on right here. The arm's actually what's blocking it from being a full choke here. You can see Josh is aware of that. He's trying to keep that other arm out.
You see Burrup trying to roll him over, and well, Josh gets out of it and tries to retain his position on top.
Again, a nice little game of cat and mouse here. Very small incremental victories, and Buck finally comes out of there.
Crowd's really enjoying this between these two, and it just goes to show again that you don't have to be big and burly to get the attention of the crowd. Sometimes the little guys with great skills are a whole lot more fun to watch.
What a great reversal right there. Just popped his hips up, took Buck off balance, and reversed him. See what he does here.
Now we'll see how well Josh is at defending himself, and yeah, he's clear out on the edge of the mat now, and I think Lonnie's going to step in. He is.
Buck does a good job of being kind of sly about sliding off the ring there.
He knew he was in a little bit of trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, and he didn't make it real obvious, so Lonnie's not going to penalize him for it.
Both these guys looking to make a punch and then take some opportunity down on the mat, but Josh ducks under that punch and tries to get Burrup down, but man, you just can't put this kid on his back.
I remember Josh Buck as a high school wrestler, and he is awesome on his feet. I don't think anybody could ever take him down. He was really good at taking people down. It's surprising for me to see how well Burrup's able to defend him and not get taken down.
Some people might be sitting at home saying, hey, Burrup's tied up in the ropes. Why didn't he stop the fight? And maybe he is going to step in and bring him back out. He is going to reset him because there just wasn't a whole lot happening, and Burrup could have sat there for most of this round, I think.
I think that was a good call on Lonnie. Get him started again, and let's get some action going here.
Got to be careful not to walk into that left hand.
It wasn't so much a jab as Burrup just stepped into it.
Yeah. Yeah, there isn't much of a punch there on the part of Josh, you can tell.
A lot of that has to do with the fact that Josh's arms have got to be like spaghetti right now. He's been shooting this double leg in there and been battling for it most of this fight and not able to get it.
That's the thing I think that gets lost on our viewers, and I know it does on me sometimes, but there's a big body slam takedown by Josh Buck. Is that here we are, probably, 5 minutes into this fight, and these guys have literally been going all out since the very beginning.
It's nonstop, man. Yeah, and it can be, you don't realize how fatiguing this sport is until you actually try it.
There's the end of the second, so we were actually closer to 6 minutes, but you just, try it sometime.
Yeah.
Go all out in a clinched situation for 6 minutes and see how long you last.
I find it interesting. Burrup stands up between rounds. He's not going to sit down, and that can be a little bit intimidating to a guy like Josh Buck, who obviously is feeling pretty tired right now. And you look across, see your opponent standing up. He's not going to show the effects of the fatigue.
What do you suppose Lonnie's saying over there? Just making sure he's okay and ready to come out?
I wanted to wipe him off. I'm sure he was probably a little bit wet and get him wiped off a little bit.
All right, we're scheduled to go 3 more minutes. These guys have really put it all out there, and this one starts just like the other two.
It's exactly what this fight's been the entire time. What I see for me is that Burrup's done an excellent job of defending that takedown, and then when Buck gets in this superior position, he really doesn't do much with it.
Right.
So I see Buck defending this choke quite a bit in the fight. It's going to be interesting to see how the judges see this fight if it goes to the judges' scorecard.
Well, that was my next question. How hard is a fight like this to score?
It really depends on what you like. And again, I think Josh has been initiating the action. He's been taking all the shots, but when he does get in a superior position, doesn't do much. And Burrup's had him in trouble quite a bit with this chokehold, so it's going to be a tough one to score, I'll tell you.
And although Burrup is not getting hurt here, he's not really doing anything to score points for himself. So
This is close to a submission here, so it technically is. See,
look at that. That's almost a chokehold. He's going to roll Josh Buck completely over.
If Burrup knew not to have that arm in there, he would have a chokehold on. He just needs to learn how to put this choke on properly, and he'd have it on.
Burrup tried to break it down with a knee to the midsection of Josh Buck, but now finds himself back on the underside again. And gets himself out of it, but he also gets himself completely out of the ring. So
have a seat with the fans for me.
Lonnie will bring him back out into the center of the ring, and we'll reset once again.
You can see Buck's extremely fatigued here, and I don't see it quite so much on.
Where's he going? Look, he's going back to his corner. This time it's Josh Buck that comes in, so let's see what Burrup can do with it. I know I've said this several times in this fight, but I continue to be amazed that this kid just doesn't land on his back.
He's got excellent balance, and he's done a great job of defending the shot. And again, Josh Buck is no slouch. He is outstanding at takedowns. And again, as I was a high school referee, I don't ever remember seeing Josh Buck get taken down. So hats off to Aaron Burrup, the way he's been able to fend this kid off.
Yeah, and Aaron's been really close to getting a chokehold on in each of the first 2 rounds, and he was close here again in the third, but he just can't quite get the arm all the way around to make it effective here. Trying to soften Buck up a little bit with a knee to the side.
I'm glad I'm not a judge on this. And we've got some of the finer judges around. Again, Todd Hester is the editor of Grappling Magazine, one of our judges. I believe Monty Cox, he's a fine promoter, does shows all over the country, seen fights all over the country. And so these guys are going to be the best people to be making the call in this fight.
I'll tell you what was great about that shot we just saw on the side of the ring, and there's a big right hand from Josh Buck, but again, he's going to find that it's tough to get Aaron Burrup down on his back. But that shot we saw on the side of the ring will show you, if you come to one of the live events of the Ultimate Combat, how close you are to the action. They were almost on the table of the people ringside.
It's in your face, this stuff.
Josh again, well, Aaron gets out of it, does a little reversal. Now it's up to him what he's going to do with Josh Buck. Decides he's going to throw some punches. Carefully, though, not to the back of the head. He's trying to get it over to the side.
That could be pivotal there. Him finishing up on top and Josh laying there as though he's defeated could be pivotal when you go to the judge's scorecard.
What a great fight. You've said that before, that if there's a flurry, especially toward the end of the round, you really have some influence with the judges. That'll stick in their mind.
We call it stealing the round. You leave something that makes them leave an impression on them. And
let's see what happens here. This is the crowd's quiet. Everybody's kind of wondering what's happening, and Josh just wants to lay down.
This fight could have went either way. I'm glad I'm not a judge.
He is tired, man. And Aaron Burrup standing there, looks like he's still got a little energy. Well, look at this. Winner, Aaron Burrup, the kid, 19 years old.
Josh Buck's corner obviously not happy with the decision. Josh Buck, he is a class of his tournament. He's a good fighter, a good kid.
You seem really bummed right now. What's going on in your head?
I thought I had it won. It's too out of shape.
Too out of shape? What do you think the one thing that you did the worst?
Out of shape.
Out of shape?
Took the fight on Wednesday.
That's right, you did. But what do you think about the whole experience?
He's tough kid. Don't take anything away.
So are you going to come back for round 3?
Of course I am.
Hey man, it was gut check time. I'm so proud of you. That was a great fight. What do you got to say for yourself, brother?
Well, been working out. Mike's helped me and had something to prove tonight. A lot of people doubted me and stepped up and had some endurance.
Right on. I'll tell you what, Josh Buck was the favorite in this division. That was a huge upset, man. Great job.
Thank you.
Kid we were talking about, Mike, Aaron Burrup.
And that Aaron Burrup is a really fun kid to watch, really super busy fighter. He's going on an LDS mission here in another couple months, but boy, he's a lot of fun to watch fight.
His opponent, well, looks like Aaron's going to be fighting out of the blue corner first of all, but his opponent tonight is a kid I don't know much about, but he does look like he's in pretty good physical shape.
Ryan Gubler, he's a wrestler, a high school wrestler. They're going to be matched up pretty evenly here. Aaron Burrup's also a high school wrestler. Not a whole lot of difference there, but I think Aaron's got a little bit more of a stand-up background than Ryan does.
Yeah, Ryan's got a little more of a game face than Aaron Burrup does.
He's an angry little man, isn't he?
Aaron just looks like a nice little kid. And not so with Ryan Gubler. 5'6", 130 pounds for Aaron. You see there, he comes in 19 years old. And Ryan Gubler, 5'5", 135, and 25 years old from Kearns, Utah.
Aaron Burrup goes by the Burr.
The Burr. We saw Aaron fight last week, and boy, did he put on a show.
Again, he's one of those really busy fighters, and he beat a kid that was really favored to beat him, Josh Buck, and it's going to be a good matchup here.
Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Lonnie Foster is your referee again for this match, and we're underway with round number 1. Whoa!
Well, some big shots already.
No kidding, and somebody better protect themselves. They're busy throwing right hands.
Ryan's just got that right hand, though. I didn't see any left hands come out of him.
No, they were both happy to kind of hang on with a left and just keep throwing a right, and there's another right hand to the head of Aaron Burrup.
Little guys are so fun to watch. They just,
that's
a big shot.
Man, that was, and knocks Aaron Burrup down on his can, but he's right back up in the corner. And that doesn't slow Ryan Gubler down at all.
No, and Aaron does a great job of recuperating. He's back and throwing a knee of his own.
There's another one. He's leaving himself wide open for the right hand over the top. And 1, 2, 3. How many's he taken?
He's rocking him with that right hand there, landing it at will.
Aaron really needs to do something different here, and I'm sure that's what's running through his mind is maybe I ought to go to the wrestling here.
Yeah, we said that Aaron was going to be a better stand-up fighter. It seems like Ryan comes out throwing the bigger punches.
Well, as long as your opponent's going to stand there and allow you to get that right hand in and you're not taking much punishment yourself, why not? Just keep throwing it.
Aaron's got a bit of a chokehold on here. Again, we see the arm is encircled, which if he didn't have that arm in, he'd probably be choking him out right now.
Boy, that knee lifted Ryan clear up off of the ring, however, and
that's a bad position to be in. You can eat a lot of knees and take a lot of punishment here if he doesn't get out of there.
No kidding. You can see there's 2 or 3 from Aaron Burrup, and he's looking for another opportunity. Wouldn't be surprised to see him throw another one right there. In the meantime, Ryan Gubler trying to use the left hand because the right hand's all tied up, trying to use the left hand to soften up Aaron Burrup a little bit.
Boy, Aaron's been really effective with those knees, and now Ryan was able to get his head out now.
Finally popped out and will...
took a lot of shots. You can see he's a little wobbly in the knees there. He took a lot of shots.
Coming right back with that right hand over the top.
Those knees had a big effect on Ryan Gubler, but Ryan goes right back underneath. I wouldn't really advise that. You've taken all that punishment underneath. Stay up top.
Well, if you remember the fight last week, I kept talking about how this kid, Burrup, he just never lands on his back. So you're not going to be too successful, I don't think. And he'll try again, but there you see. Quick reversal by Aaron Burrup.
Yeah, Ryan, I really think he was more successful standing on his feet and throwing that 1-2. He was landing it very effectively. No reason to really try to go underneath, but he does so, and now he's in a little bit of trouble.
Aaron holding the head of Ryan to the mat, just trying to get his right hand free so that he can then gain a more superior position. But
that forearm to the face is just kind of a rude way of fighting. You know, it's just kind of more of an annoyance than anything, but it can get you thinking about it while I set up other things.
Aaron trying to get that right hand free. Now he's, thought he was going to try and put a hold on there. Both of these guys are just kind of got each other stretched out to the max.
Just kind of hanging out here in a half guard, just kind of hanging out, not really looking to improve their position, either one, just kind of taking the pepper shots and end of the first round there.
You see how quickly Aaron Burrup gets to his feet. Now think back at the beginning of that round, how many punches we saw him take to the head, and I mean good shots.
Yeah, they were great shots, but then Ryan took some really big knees to the face and really was equalizer there.
That's what's great about these little guys. They just seem to be they're so resilient, bounce right back on their feet.
That would be a little intimidating for me when you have a real tough round like that and then you see your opponent just bounce right up like Aaron Burrup did.
Oh, man! Couple of great right hands to the head of Ryan Gubler, who looks stunned there momentarily. There's a left that makes contact.
Aaron, the busier fighter here, and he's been more accurate as well.
Boy, and he throws the right hook, and if he misses, he just brings it with a back fist on the way coming out.
And Aaron, Ryan, for some reason, intent to take him down, and I think he should stand up and protect himself a little better.
Well, right now, he's getting the worst of that. And
he is. He's taking a lot of shots.
Not defending himself. There's a right and a left, and this one could be short to over.
Yeah, Ryan's in a lot of trouble here.
Ryan was stunned and looked like he was on his way down about the time Aaron decided that he was going to take him down. And now if he could just swing a leg over, and he's not actually trying, there he goes. Now he's got him in the full mount position, and he'll just start using those fists away on the head.
He's just hammering those things home.
Left hand, left hand, left hand. Ryan throwing one or two back at him, but
Ryan's trying to stay in this, but he's in a lot of trouble.
He really is. And taking those punches right now are not going to help him at all.
I mean, you know that Aaron is just so busy, too. He just doesn't stop. There's no let up here, you know. And that can be pretty debilitating for the fighter on the bottom.
With that camera angle, it's worth reminding everybody that these gloves don't have any padding in them, do they? Or very little. It's mostly just leather and knuckles.
Yeah, very little padding.
It's a good shot at what a fighter goes through when they're in this position.
And then you can see that forearm to the face. It's just very annoying for the fighter on the bottom, and it really kind of makes you feel smothered.
Now, would an elbow to the head be legal here on the part of Aaron Burrup? He's trying to throw, it looks like.
The forearms are illegal. You can't throw the point of the elbow down, but forearms, he's fine with what he's doing. I give Ryan Gubler credit. He's fought this off. You know, he's been in his bad position, taking a lot of punishment, and he's been hanging in there.
Well, to be honest with you, I thought this one was over about a minute or so ago when Ryan took 2 or 3 great punches to the head and was staggered.
Yeah, Ryan's done a good job of hanging in there. I don't know how much longer he can take this, though.
I don't know either, because he's not defending himself at all, and you see Aaron almost afraid to do too much damage on the guy, but we've seen a little ball of hate in situations like this where there is no mercy, and he's just pounding away.
Aaron's got an arm lock there if he'd be looking for it. He's just content to hammer away there.
But here comes Ryan Gubler, rolls himself out, but gives up his back to Aaron Burrup. Now the chokehold's on. We'll see if this is going to be it. Ryan, I wouldn't think, has a whole lot of energy left the way this round has gone for him to fight his way out, and there's the tap. That's a great view for those of you at home when you sometimes from where you're sitting at the live event, you can't really see a guy tap out. You're not sure what the referee's actually looking for. That's exactly how it goes. When one of the fighters does submit, just a little tap on the ring mat, and your winner, Aaron Burrup. So 2 weeks in a row we've seen this little guy.
Well, hopefully we'll see him when he gets back from his mission in 2 years.
There he is, hoisting the cup. Very happy tonight.